Hi everybody, this is Bonnie, and today I want to show you how to make the Joseph blanket. This is made using only one cake of the yarn that I'm going to show you in just a minute, and it's crocheted entirely in the round. This is an intermediate level design, but if you're a confident beginner, I encourage you to just keep learning new skills and give it a try. One thing that's really fun about this blanket is it is completely reversible, and I tell you, it's so much fun crocheting these colors in the round. Well, let me go ahead and show you what you're going to need.
For this project, I'm going to be using Lion Brand Yarns Mandala. This is the bonus bundle, so it's going to be a little bit larger than some of the smaller ones that you may find on the market, so please take a note of that. This is a number 3 weight or lightweight or DK weight yarn. Each of these, and I'm just going to use one, has 1,181 yards or 1,080 meters. That's 10.5 ounces, 300 grams. This is 100% acrylic. And the color that I'm going to be using is Gnome. So I know a lot of people want to know what color I'm using, and that's the color. And let's just take a look at this gorgeous array that we're going to be using. And with these different colors, you can start right from the center or you can start from the outside. It's really up to you. For this project, I'm going to be using a size H or 8 or 5.00 millimeter crochet hook. And as always, I recommend that you have a pair of sharp scissors and a yarn needle handy. To begin, we're going to work a slip knot and a chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to join with a slip stitch in that very first chain and to form a small circle or a little Cheerio. Chain 2, and now we're going to work 20 stitches worked into the center of this circle. So go ahead and work 20 double crochets, and as you work these, you can work it on top of this loose strand as well, and therefore this will be totally hidden into the work once we complete this round. After crocheting 20 stitches, and it is a lot of stitches in that space, but make sure that you do have 20. We're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that first stitch. Just for the record, that chain 2 does not count in the stitch count. So now we're going to chain 3, and this does count as a double crochet in the stitch counts going forward. And in the same space as joining, we're going to work another double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the next stitch, we're going to work another corner, which is what we worked here. It's going to be slightly different because we're not using the turning chain. So we're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets worked into that same space. Then we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I am I'm only working double crochets really. So and in case I am going too fast for you, I wanted to give you a little clue into how you can change this. If you're watching this from a computer, if you look across the bottom of the screen, if you stop the screen, you can see a little gear-shaped item, a little gear-shaped icon in the bottom right. If you click on that, it will bring up a playback speed, and you can adjust that to any speed, either faster or slower that you choose. If you're watching from a cell phone, look in the upper right hand corner where there is often 3 vertical dots. If you click on that, it also brings up a playback speed, and then you can select the speed that is the most comfortable for you, and you can slow this way down if you have trouble working double crochets. Okay, so I've worked 4 stitches, one in each of those 4 stitches. In the next stitch, we're going to make another corner, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Once again, 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And in the next stitch, we're going to work another corner. Make sure I have that count right. Yes, 1, 2 stitches, a chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. And then 1 double crochet in the remaining 4 stitches. At the end of round 2, we're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, and now we're going to slip stitch our way to the chain 2 corner. And now we're going to only chain 2. Now we're only going to be using chain 2s in the chain 2 corners because of the next stitch we're going to be starting. So this chain 2 does count as a half double crochet, and here is another half double crochet. It's made the same way as a double crochet, except you just pull through all 3 loops. Chain 2, and I'll do 2 more of those for you slowly. Wrap the hook, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Let's do that again. Now we're going to do front post and back post double crochets. We're going to start with front post double crochets, which is worked very much like a double crochet, except you're not working into the top loops, but instead the hook is going to go around the body like this. We wrap the hook goes around the body of the stitch like you're giving it a belt, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, yarn over, and the next one we insert the hook all the way around the body of the stitch. This is down below, it's not up into the top, it's down below here. And then we complete the stitch. For back post double crochets, we wrap the hook, we come in the back door, and we go out the back back door, pull up a loop, and complete that stitch, and it'll be on the back side of the stitch. That's why we call it a back post. So we come in the back door, go out the side, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to alternate between 2 front post and 2 back post as we go about. So 2 front post and 2 back post. Just like that. If you want more information on these post stitches, just check the video description below, and I'll have some links there where you can watch some videos on front and back post. Alright, so now we get to the chain 2 corner, and we're going to work 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets. So continuing this around, we work front post double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then back post double crochet in the next 2. And this is pretty much the pattern that we're going to be working continually. Well, except that we will be changing it every couple of rows. So go ahead and let's go ahead and work this to the corner. And again, we're going to work half double crochets in these corners. 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets. And then we start the others sides just the way we've done these. 2 front post double crochets, followed by 2 back post double crochets. So go ahead and continue working that all the way around, and again 2 half double, chain 2 half doubles in the corners, and I will show you how to finish this out at the end of the round. Now as we end this round, just wanted to show you, this is the chain that also is a double crochet, or it represents a double crochet and a double crochet here, and we're going to work that chain as we would a regular double crochet with that back post double crochet, another back post double crochet, and then we're going to join to the top of the chain 2 with a slip stitch. Now we're going to slip stitch our way to the corner by working a slip stitch in that next stitch and into the chain 2, chain 2, and then we're going to work another half double crochet. Again, that chain 2 counts as a half double crochet in the stitch count, chain 2 and half double crochet. It's 1 and 2. Now we are going to continue what we did before. So we're going to work a front post double crochet in those first 2 stitches. Now these are half doubles from the last round, but that's okay. We're working 2 front post. Now we're going to work 2 back post double crochets over each of the next 2 stitches, and this is where you get the basket weave effect. Now we're going to work 2 front post double crochets, followed by 2 back post double crochets. And we're just going to work that to the next corner, 2 front post double crochets and 2 back post double crochets, and again those are over those half doubles, and then we get to the chain 2 corner and we work 2 half doubles, chain 2 and 2 more half double crochets. So let's pause and take a look at what we have here. So continuing around, we're going to work 2 front post double crochets, followed by 2 back post double crochets. So we're going to work this all the way around, and remember this round, if you had a back post, you're going to be working front post over those, and if you have front post with you, you're going to work back post over those. We're reversing the way the weave looks all the way on this particular round. Okay, so go ahead and finish round 4. I'll show you the connection at the end of the round. As you get to the end of round 4, we're going to work 2 back post double crochets, and remember that chain counts as one of these stitches to work in. So work 2 back post. I'm going to join to the top of that chain 2. So this is what you should have after completing 4 rounds. Now for round 5, we are going to change how we work the corners. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch to that chain 2 corner and going to chain 2. Now at this point, this is not going to count as a stitch for round number 5. Okay, we're going to work a half double crochet, a chain 2, and then work 1 half double crochet worked in that chain 2 corner, and then we're going to resume the pattern stitch. So we're going to start with a back post double crochet over the next 2 stitches, followed by front post double crochet, and etc. back post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and work across, and again I'm just following what I see. If I see front post double crochets, I'm going to work front post double crochets, because we're just maintaining the pattern on this odd numbered row. I'll go ahead and work across and make the first turn with you. And then 2 more back post double crochets, and then 2 front post double crochets. In the chain 2 corner, we're going to work 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and I've turned my square 90 degrees, and work another half double crochet worked into the same space. And just like we did before, we start the next side, or the next side of the square, with 2 back post double crochets, followed by 2 front post double crochets. And you're going to start each side of the square the same way. So go ahead and continue this all the way around the square. So after having worked this all the way around, we're going to join with a slip stitch to the half double crochet rather than the chain 2, because this chain 2 is not going to be counted in the stitch count on this round. Let's go ahead and do a slip stitch to that chain 2 corner, and let's pause and take a look at our square at this point. Okay, so now we're going to continue again with only 1 half double crochet. So again, that chain 2 is not going to count as a stitch. We're going to work a half double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 half double crochet again in that chain 2 turning chain, and which means we're only going to have 1 stitch. And now this is time to reverse the rows, or the rounds. We are on round number 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is round number 6. So that, since we're on the even round, we're going to go ahead and reverse the direction. So let's look ahead. So these or back posts are going to be changing to front post. So that means this is going to start with a back post double crochet, and we only have 1 of them because we only added 1 additional stitch. Of course, this stitch will be added in as part of that pair on the round that follows this. So let's go ahead and work 2 front post double crochets, followed by 2 back post double crochets, and again 2 front posts, again reversing the direction of the weave on this round. So let's go ahead and look ahead. So we're going to work 2 back posts when we get to this corner, and then we're going to have 1 front post double crochet, and then when we get to the chain 2 corner in our trip around, we're going to work 1 half double, chain 2, 1 half double in the chain 2 corner. So go ahead and work round number 6. At the end of round 6, just a reminder that the chain does not count as a stitch. We're going to work a front post double crochet over that 1 stitch, and then we're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that half double crochet. Let's go ahead and slip stitch to the chain 2 corner. So this is what you should have after completing 6 rounds. Okay, now on to round number 7. We've already slip stitched to the chain 2 corner, and again chain 2 on the turning chain. Again, does not count as a stitch. Half double crochet in that chain 2 corner, chain 2, lots of chain 2s going along here, and then another half double crochet. Okay, so now we have 2 stitches as a pair. This is the odd numbered round, so we're just going to maintain what we see. So we see front post happening here, which means these 2 are going to be back post. So we're going to start with 2 back post double crochets, followed by 2 front post double crochets, and we're just going to alternate that all the way across the row. 2 back post double crochets, followed by 2 front post double crochets. Now when you get to the corner, we're going to work 2 front post double crochets, half double, chain 2, half double worked into the chain 2 turning chains. So go ahead and work all the way around. At the end of round 7, we're going to work this front post, and again, just to reiterate, this is a chain 2 turning chain that does not count, so we're going to skip that and go to the half double crochet, and then join with a slip stitch to that first half double of the chain 2 corner, and again slip stitch to the chain 2 corner and another chain 2, which does not count as a stitch. And going forward, we are just going to be adding 1 half double, chain 2, 1 half double to each chain 2 corner, and we are just going to be maintaining the last couple of rounds that I just worked for you. We're just going to be repeating this again and again. And just remember that when you're on the even numbered rows, it's time to switch the direction of the ribbed or the basket weave. So for example, this is round number 8, and you see we have front post here, so these will be back posts. It's time to change. Another way is if you see 2 rows that have been worked continuously in the same pattern, then it's time to switch. So this will be front post, these will change to back post, but more importantly, because these will be front post, we're going to work a back post double crochet to start each side. Okay, so you'll just have 1 back post double crochet as you go all the way across, reversing this, and then at the end we'll have 2 back post double crochets, and then you'll have a front post double crochet worked in that single half double, and then you work the corners half double, chain 2, half double in the corners. So go ahead and work this all the way around. This is round number 8, and just continue the additional rounds in the pattern stitch as we have just worked them. I've just completed a total of 39 rounds, and I'm just so enjoying the way this yarn is doing all of the color work for me. So now after completing 39 rounds, let me show you what I'm going to do for the last few rounds. What I'm going to do, I have 2 rounds with the basket weave stitch, so it normally would be time to change it back, but what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to elongate these rounds even more so. So I'm going to just continue working in rounds, not reversing the basket weave, and that will kind of give an elongated, kind of a double ribbed effect for a border around this baby blanket. So I just wanted to show you that. Now your gauge might be slightly different from mine, and honestly with a baby blanket it really doesn't matter as much as it would for a fitted garment. So you may have more rounds or fewer rounds at this point, but what I'm going to do is I am making an attempt to use all of the yarn in this one cake of yarn from Lion Brand. And so I'm just going to extend these and I'm just going to maintain what you see. So if you see front post, work front post. If you see back post, work back post, just so these are elongated.
Well, I hope you enjoyed making Joseph's blanket with me today. If you did, please comment below. I would love to hear from you. God bless. Bye-bye.